We're going to do a display capture. Let me get this set up real quick. Alright. There we go. Alright. So, last week we set up our Unreal Engine tool and we configured everything we needed to get us to a blank level with a room that we will make our first arcade shop. Now one of the first things we're going to do is build a blueprint for an area that'll host our arcade machine. Hold it. Okay. Arcade. Alright. Let me redo that so you can see. Alright, so in order to make a area where all of our arcade machines can have the same format, interactions, abilities, we're going to have a root level object that will take the main components of interacting with an arcade machine and handle how that machine interacts with our character. So the first thing we're going to do is create a blueprint, and we are going to create an actor class. Now an actor class is going to be an object that can be spawned dynamically in game or can be put there before the game starts. Something we'll interact with. It's not another player character. Be a pawn. There's also character class we can use for AI to walk around, which we'll use later. A controller is a custom class for using for dictating how your player interacts with the characters. The game mode would be this is persistent throughout multiple levels, and you can define your rules, scoring, and other critical components of the game there. And on a multiplayer game, it's server only, so it's a safe place to put that stuff. The actor and scene components can be added to any actor or any scene, and you would create these components when you had something you wanted to apply to multiple actors. So say, for example, the building was on fire. It could catch fire, equipment could catch fire, furniture, all that stuff, right? And so you can make a little component that interacts with all those different actors and shows the fire a certain way, and then you just plug it in whenever you're creating new stuff. But we are going to go with an actor. We are going to call this Parent Arcade. This is going to be our top level blueprint. Actually, let's rename it to Parent Machine. We're going to double click the blueprint, and as you see, we're going to open up to a pretty blank window. Got a little circle here that just annotates the location of our scene. Let me make sure this opens up to the same size every time. Hold on. There we go. Now it should be good. It's just a little off-center, but that's okay. And I didn't name it right. Okay. Try again. Alright, Parent Machine. Since I didn't add anything to the blueprint, you'll notice it opened up secondly at a different time. This is all the default values. And since we didn't add anything, it's assuming this blueprint could be used for something else, but we do want to add stuff. So we want to click this link up top, opens the blueprint in the full editor, and that'll get us back to our original screen. On the viewport tab up top, you will see our little white ball where we start off. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to kind of use our right click, hold down, and WASD to move around and get kind of a top level view here. The grid is viewable down there. It's not that bright. There we go. I want to be able to see the floor. So one of the first things that we are going to have is an arcade box, right? So let's find us we don't want a basic shape because our arcades will be shaped differently. What we want is an area designated for these different shapes to spawn. So we're going to go not to the basic shapes, but we're going to go down to what are called collision boxes. And we're going to add a box area. Let's see. Machine location. So this is going to be at the center of our blueprint right now. Let's see. And what I'm going to do is when I have my box that I've renamed selected, see how it says box collision up here? I'm going to come down to my side and I'm going to make my box bigger on the scale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this to 4 wide, 3 long. And I think that's about the shape of an arcade box. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this back from the center a little bit. And we're going to have, the player kind of stand in the front of the box. There could be an area for a person or two watching. And the game will be here. In the overall box area, it'll end up in about the center. It'll all look about right. So. Dude, thanks so much, guys. Oh my god. That's annoying. Do I want to, redo the first 10 minutes? I'm probably going to have to. How are you two this morning, by the way? I'm sitting here talking about what you need to do to make this work. Okay, I'm going to have to redo it. Fuck. Decisions. Because this is a pretty basic game and I'm trying to make it so people follow along as a tutorial. And I didn't cover much content in the first 10 minutes, but it was important content. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this because this is easy to recreate. we'll try this again. I'm so sorry, guys. That's a big oof on my part. I'm not a professional streamer. Alright, let's see here. Okay, so this is where we were at the start of the lesson and the end of the last lesson. And just for the ease of management, I'm going to end stream so I can have a complete VOD, and then I'm going to restart the stream. It should only be about 5 seconds and should